Hi everyone, my name is Muniba Mazari, and I am honored to stand before you today, not as someone who has never fallen, but as someone who has learned to rise every single time. Life has tested me in ways I never imagined, and I know many of you have faced your own battles, some visible, some hidden deep within. But what truly defines us is not the pain we endure, but the strength we gain from it. Today, I want to talk about resilience. The power to stand tall in the face of adversity, to rise after every fall, to turn pain into power, and to wear our scars as proof of survival. Because life is not about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain, and no matter what happens, we always have the strength to rise again. Life is unpredictable. One moment, everything seems to be going exactly as planned, and the next, it feels like the ground beneath your feet has disappeared. We all wish for a smooth journey, a life without pain, struggles, or heartbreaks. But the truth is, no one is immune to difficulties. Hardships are not a punishment. They are a test of how strong, how determined, and how resilient we truly are. Many people believe that resilience is about never falling, never facing challenges, or never experiencing pain. But that's not true. Resilience is not about avoiding hardships. It's about confronting them head on. It's about standing tall in the face of adversity and saying, "This will not break me." It is in those difficult moments that real strength is revealed. It is easy to be happy when everything is going right, but what truly defines a person is how they act when everything seems to be falling apart. Think about a tree standing in the middle of a storm. The winds are strong, the rain is merciless, and the branches sway violently. Some trees fall, unable to withstand the force. But the ones with deep roots, those that have learned to bend with the wind instead of resisting it, survive. They may lose a few leaves, they may look damaged, but they still stand. That is resilience. It is not about being untouched by the storm. It is about standing even after the storm has passed. There are moments in life when things do not go as planned. You pour your heart into something and it still doesn't work out. You trust someone and they disappoint you. You work hard, but success seems far away. It is in these moments that you have a choice. Will you let failure define you, or will you use it as fuel to move forward? Because resilience is not about waiting for an easy life. It is about learning to thrive despite difficulties. People often look at others who have succeeded and think they had it easy, but behind every success story, there are countless failures, sleepless nights, and moments of doubt. The difference between those who give up and those who make it is resilience. The ability to take every setback as a lesson, to keep pushing forward when everything tells you to stop, and to believe that no matter how dark it gets, the sun will rise again. It is okay to feel pain. It is okay to cry. It is okay to feel lost. But what is not okay is to give up on yourself. You are capable of more than you think. Your struggles are not meant to break you. They are meant to build you. Every challenge you face is shaping you into a stronger, wiser, and more powerful version of yourself. Every scar, every failure, every moment of doubt is proof that you have survived. Resilience is not about pretending to be strong all the time. It is about having the courage to admit when you are struggling, to ask for help when needed, and to keep moving forward even when the path is unclear. It is about knowing that pain is temporary, but the strength you gain from overcoming it lasts forever. You have already survived so many difficult days. Think about the times when you thought you wouldn't make it. Yet here you are, still standing. That is resilience. That is proof that no matter what happens, you have the power to rise again. There are moments in life when everything seems to fall apart. Dreams shatter, relationships break, opportunities slip away, and the weight of failure feels unbearable. In those moments, it's easy to believe that you are not strong enough, that your struggles define you, that maybe you're not meant to succeed. But that is far from the truth. You're not what happens to you. You are what you choose to become after it. Pain is inevitable. Loss is inevitable. Disappointment is inevitable. But what is also inevitable is the strength that comes from surviving these moments. You have faced hardships before, and you are still here, That alone proves that you are stronger than your struggles. The difference between those who rise and those who remain stuck is not talent, intelligence, or luck. It is resilience. It is the ability to look at life even when it has been unfair and say, I refuse to let this define me. Everyone faces challenges. Some lose loved ones, some face financial struggles, some battle health issues, and others deal with heartbreak or failure. But have you noticed that two people can go through the same situation and come out completely different? One may become bitter, broken, and hopeless, while the other finds a way to heal, grow, and inspire. The situation was the same, but the response was different. That is the power of choice. That is the power of resilience. Think about a piece of glass and a piece of rubber. If you drop the glass, it shatters into pieces. But if you drop the rubber, it bounces back. Life will drop you, push you, and test you. Will you shatter or will you bounce back? That decision is in your hands. Failures do not make you a failure. Heartbreak does not make you unworthy of love. Setbacks do not mean you are not capable. The labels you put on yourself shape your reality. If you see yourself as weak, your mind will believe it. If you see yourself as someone who rises no matter what, nothing can stop you. The most successful people in the world are not those who never failed. They are those who refuse to quit. Think of a child learning to walk. They fall again and again. They stumble, they trip, they get hurt. But do they stop trying? No. They get up and try again. Not once do they think, maybe walking's not for me. They believe they are meant to walk, and so they do. Somewhere along the way, we forget this lesson. We start thinking that failure means the end. But what if failure is just proof that we are in the process of learning? You have been through tough times before and you survived. You have faced moments where you thought you couldn't go on, but you did. Look back at your life and see how many times you have already shown resilience. That same strength is still within you. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are not defeated. You are a fighter, a survivor, and a warrior. No matter what life throws at you, remember this. You are always bigger than your problem. You are always stronger than your struggles. And no matter how many times you fall, you always have the power to rise again. Life has a way of surprising us. Sometimes it gives us moments of joy, success, and love, but other times it throws challenges our way. Challenges that shake us to our core, make us question everything, and leave us wondering if we have the strength to keep going. These are the moments that test who we truly are. They push us to our limits, forcing us to either give up or grow stronger. Every challenge you face is not meant to break you. It is meant to shape you. Think about the most inspiring people you know, the ones who have achieved greatness, who have created change, who have inspired millions. Do you think they had an easy journey? No, they faced rejection, failure, heartbreak, and loss. But instead of letting those challenges defeat them, they used them as fuel to move forward. They understood that life is not about avoiding difficulties, but about learning to rise above them. Imagine a diamond. It doesn't start as something beautiful. It begins as a rough, unremarkable piece of carbon. But when it is placed under immense pressure and intense heat, it transforms into something priceless. That's exactly how life works. The challenges, failures, and disappointments you face are not there to destroy you. They are the pressure that will turn you into something stronger, wiser, and more powerful. There are moments when everything seems unfair. You work hard, but success seems out of reach. You give your best, but things still fall apart. In those moments, it's easy to ask, why me? But the real question is, what is this teaching me? Every difficulty carries a lesson. Maybe it's teaching you patience. Maybe it's making you stronger. Maybe it's preparing you for something bigger than you ever imagined. The most successful people in the world are not the ones who never faced struggles. They are the ones who learned from every struggle and kept moving forward. Look at nature. A river never stops flowing just because there's a rock in its path. It finds a way around it. A tree doesn't stop growing just because there's a storm. It bends but doesn't break. That's how you should approach life. Challenges are not roadblocks. They are stepping stones. They're there to push you, to help you grow, and to prepare you for the greatness that awaits you. Think about the toughest moments in your life. The moments when you thought you wouldn't make it. The moments when you felt like giving up, but you didn't. You kept going, and here you are, stronger than before. That is proof that you are capable of overcoming anything. You have already survived so much. Why would you stop now? It's okay to feel tired. It's okay to feel lost. It's okay to take a break. But what's not okay is to believe that this is the end of your journey. You are still growing, still evolving, still becoming the person you are meant to be. Every challenge is shaping you into a version of yourself that is more powerful than you can imagine. So the next time life knocks you down, remind yourself that this is not the end. It is just another chapter in your story, a story of resilience, strength, and transformation. You're capable, you're strong, you are unstoppable, and no matter what life throws at you, you will always find a way to rise. Life is not a straight road. It is filled with unexpected turns, bumps, and roadblocks. Some days, everything goes smoothly and you feel like you are on top of the world. Other days, nothing seems to go right and you wonder if you even have the strength to move forward. But the truth is, strength is not about never falling. Strength is about falling and choosing to rise every single time. Think about a child learning to walk. The first few steps are shaky. They fall, they stumble, they cry. But they don't give up. They try again and again and again, until one day they are running. The thought of quitting never crosses their mind because they believe they are meant to walk. Now imagine if that same child, after falling a few times, decided, maybe walking is not for me. Sounds ridiculous, right? But that is exactly what we do as adults. We try, we fail, and instead of trying again, we convince ourselves that maybe success is not meant for us. The strongest people in the world are not those who never fail. They are the ones who fail the most but refuse to give up. Every successful person has a story of struggle. They have faced rejection, disappointment, and defeat. But what makes them different is that they never let failure define them. They rise every time they fall. They see every setback as a lesson, every obstacle as an opportunity, and every failure as a stepping stone towards success. Life is unpredictable. It will throw challenges at you when you least expect them. It will test your patience, your courage, and your determination. There will be moments when you feel exhausted, moments when you question if it's even worth it. But in those moments, you must remind yourself why you started in the first place. You must remind yourself that setbacks are temporary, but giving up is permanent. The pain you feel today will one day become the strength that pushes you forward. Have you ever watched a boxing match? The best fighters are not the ones who never get hit. They are the ones who take the hardest punches but still get back up. Life is like that. It will knock you down, it will challenge you, but if you refuse to stay down, if you get back up every single time, nothing can stop you. Think about all the times you thought you wouldn't make it, but you did. Think about all the moments when you felt broken, but you healed. Every challenge you have faced, you have overcome. That is proof of your strength. You are not weak. You are not a failure. You are someone who rises. You are someone who fights. You are someone who refuses to let circumstances define your future. It is okay to cry. It is okay to feel frustrated. It is okay to take a break. But it is never okay to give up on yourself. Your dreams, your goals, and your happiness are worth fighting for. You are capable of more than you know. The journey will not be easy, but it will be worth it. And every time you rise after a fall, you become stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable. So when life knocks you down, don't stay there. Get up. Stand tall. Keep moving forward. Because no matter how many times you fall, as long as you keep rising, you will always win. Life has a way of testing us when we least expect it. One moment, everything feels right. And the next, It feels like the ground has been pulled from beneath our feet. Pain, loss, and failure are inevitable, but what truly matters is what we do with them. Some people allow pain to break them, while others use it as fuel to become stronger. The difference is not in the circumstances, it's in the choice they make. Turning pain into power and setbacks into comebacks is not about avoiding struggles. It's about deciding that struggles will not define you. Think about fire. It can destroy, turning everything in its path into ashes. But that same fire can also forge steel, making it stronger and more resilient. Pain works the same way. It can either consume you, leaving you feeling weak and helpless, or it can mold you into someone unbreakable. The choice is yours. Will you let pain destroy you, or will you use it to build yourself into something greater? Every successful person you admire has faced challenges. They have been rejected, they have failed, and they have had moments where everything seemed hopeless. But instead of letting those moments define them, they chose to rise. They didn't allow failure to be the end of their story. They turned their setbacks into stepping stones. They refused to let pain make them bitter. Instead, they let it make them better. Think about an archer. When they pull the bowstring back, it feels like they are going in the wrong direction, but the moment they release it, the arrow flies forward with power and precision. That's exactly how setbacks work. Sometimes life pulls you back, making you feel like you're losing. But if you keep going, that setback can launch you further than you ever imagined. Every challenge carries within it an opportunity. Every heartbreak can teach you something. Every failure can push you towards something greater, if you allow it. Pain is a teacher, and some of the greatest lessons in life come from the toughest experiences. Rejection teaches resilience. Failure teaches perseverance. Loss teaches gratitude. If you shift your perspective and start seeing difficulties as lessons instead of punishments, you will realize that life is always preparing you for something bigger. The people who grow the most are the ones who refuse to let their struggles make them weak. Instead, they learn from them, adapt, and come back stronger than before. Have you ever seen a broken bone heal? When a bone breaks, the body starts working immediately to repair it. And the amazing thing is that once healed, that spot becomes stronger than before. The same applies to you. The things that hurt you, the moments that tested you, the challenges that pushed you to the edge. Once you heal from them, you don't just return to who you were. You become stronger than before. The pain you once thought would break you ends up being the very thing that builds you. There will always be obstacles, disappointments, and moments of doubt. But the question is not whether you will face them. The question is what you will do with them. Will you let them make you bitter, or will you use them to become better? Will you let failure be the end of your journey, or will you turn it into motivation to push forward? You have the power to decide what your story will be. You are not your pain. You're not your past. You are not your failures. You are the person who rises from them. Every time life knocks you down, you have two choices: stay down or rise stronger. And every time you choose to rise, you prove that nothing, not pain, not failure, not rejection, can stop you. Life has a way of leaving marks on us. Every challenge, every failure, every heartbreak leaves a scar, some visible, some hidden deep within. And too often we look at these scars as reminders of pain, as proof of our struggles. But what if we changed the way we saw them? What if instead of seeing them as signs of weakness, we saw them as proof of survival? Because that is exactly what they are. Every scar you carry is not a symbol of defeat. It is a testament to the fact that you made it through. You faced the storm and you survived. Think about the strongest people you know. Are they the ones who never struggled? The ones who never faced failure or pain? No. The strongest people are the ones who have been through the worst and still stand tall. They have faced rejection, disappointment, and loss, yet they refuse to let those experiences define them. They wear their scars like armor, knowing that each one tells a story of resilience. Imagine a warrior returning from battle. Their body may have bruises, their armor may have dents, but every mark is proof that they fought and survived. The same applies to you. Life has tested you. It has thrown obstacles in your path. It has given you moments where you thought you couldn't go on. But here you are, still standing, still fighting, still moving forward. That is resilience. That is strength. So often we fear failure. We think that making mistakes or facing setbacks means we are not good enough. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of success. Every great achievement comes with a series of failures before it. The people who succeed are not those who never fall, but those who refuse to stay down. They understand that every failure is a lesson, every setback is an opportunity, and every scar is a reminder that they are capable of overcoming anything. Think about a tree that survives a storm. The wind may bend it, the rain may strip away its leaves, but its roots grow stronger with every challenge it faces. Over time, that tree becomes unshakable. It stands tall, not because it never faced difficulties, but because it endured them. That is how resilience works. Life will test you. It will push you to your limits. But with every challenge, you become stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable. People often hide their struggles, afraid of what others might think. But there is no shame in pain, no weakness in hardship. The most inspiring stories come from those who have faced darkness and still found a way to shine. The moments that tested you the most are the very moments that built you. Instead of running from them, embrace them. Instead of hiding your scars, wear them with pride. They are proof of your strength, proof that you are unbreakable. There will be days when you feel tired, days when you question if it's all worth it. But remind yourself of everything you have already overcome. Remember the nights you thought you would make it through. Remember the struggles you once believed were impossible to face, and yet here you are. You didn't just survive, you grew. You became stronger, you became wiser, and you will continue to rise no matter what life throws your way. The journey is never easy. There will be setbacks, heartbreaks, and disappointments. But every time you get back up, you prove to yourself and the world that you are not defined by what happens to you. You are defined by what you do with it. You are not your failures. You are not your mistakes. You are the person who refuses to give up. So the next time you look at your scars, don't see them as reminders of pain. See them as proof that you are a warrior. See them as evidence that you have the strength to survive anything. And most importantly, see them as a sign that no matter how many times life knocks you down, you will always find a way to rise again. That you will